Coming back at you again today with another Transformers quick review. This time of Titans Return exclusive. Can't remember where the exclusive was to, but Arcee and Daniel were in exclusive, I think, to maybe New York Comic Con and the Titans Return line a couple years ago. And therefore, I have them right here with me today. Really do like the color that they were managed to get into such a tiny space that this guy. I'm gonna start here first. This is Daniel's Exo-Suits. It was a really neat idea with the Titans Return line. They wanted to do like a headmaster thing, so they did a Daniel headmaster of Arcee. So that's even fit into a G1T. There's a really beautiful paint job on her head there. Excellent paint job on him as well. He got a little paint there in the legs, and just can't get over how cool this really is. I'm going to lower that right there. I thought I was going to put him back in, but I'm just going to leave him out for the moment. Set him back over here. We're going to do a 180 with him not sitting in the cockpit driving Arcee. Not mistaken, Daniel got an injury, and then they went to Nebulos, and they got him a headmaster to her anyway. So this is a really nice representation of that play factor into a remake of the Titans Return Blur to give her mode here. And this has just been a fun mold all around. They used Brainstorm with it. They got Arcee out of it. And give you a look at the underside here. You got the wheels that roll really well. You can see where her weapon's stored there. Plastic feels really good. I was really pleased to get a hold of this figure with that little Daniel Headmaster Titan Return figure. I wanted to pause this and get them together into their robot mode and watch other video reviews. Viewers again out there on YouTube. You got several like Vangelis and Chefatron. He's over in Manila. You got another guy named Felsbug. He does art with each one of his reviews. He's a lot of fun to watch. Trying to think who else. You know, I keep going back to Piao or to Imgo and to Autobotamus and those guys as well. But don't also there's a Kato and the Rejecticons crew there. You got Larkin's Lair and Solomist and Inubinabi. I'm still learning how to pronounce these YouTube channel names, but I thank all of them for subscribing to me, and I'm hoping to send people back their way as well. They all have excellent video reviews, and they go in more in depth than I do. So I'm gonna give this a pause, get Arcee into robot mode, and finish off this review. And here is Arcee in her Titans Return robot mode. Again, with it being that she has a Titans Return headmaster, essentially, the head has some articulation, but due to the backpack on behind there, as you can see, you couldn't get a lot of hole up and down. You get a lot of swivel if the joint was made well. This one was fairly done well. Combiners Wars aesthetic for the transformation has that neat thing where the legs collapse and fold up amongst themselves in unique and different ways. Doesn't have any ankle tilts, but has it sort of built in a locked in position, as I can't hold my robot tonight. And she has waist swivels. This one even manages to get the wrist swivel. This engineering is so very important to me, as I like to be able to do fun and awesome poses with the robots that I purchase. And I'm sorry this is not the 80s anymore, and I want to say that the waist articulation is pretty much a must-have, as I get her in a really cool looking pose there, doing a Samuel L. Jackson sidearm, aiming her dual wielding pistols that she came with. Really think this is a really great set, and the Titans Returns was a fun line, and the only thing I fear over time with the Titans Return figures is losing that head. The heads always come off of these, but for the most part, the figures had great transformations with that feature gimmick for the line, and I'm glad that without this progress that they did here, I'm afraid that Siege and Earthrise may have suffered more, as those are really excellent articulating Transformers for mass retail. And as we keep moving forward, we just want to have, engineering in place to support, all the stuff that they do in the show or whatnot, and this should not be a step backwards because of a transformation joint. I had reviewed the Earthrise Starscream, and while not a fail, it wasn't a step forward, and it should have been a no-brainer. And it's not like we're asking for ab crunches every time, but with the way Siege Starscream, I thought that was just a no-brainer. They would just build off the technology there, give it the F-15, clean up the jet mode maybe for the first time on the undercarriage, but we'll see what happens with future releases. I'm hoping that they'll do a run and change and incorporate a waist and some wrist swivels, and somehow manage to hide the cockpit. We've got cone heads coming up in that Earthrise line. I could almost guarantee it. I know that there'll definitely be a Starscream it's not Starscream, but Thundercracker and a Skywarp off of that Starscream mold. That jet mode from the top side is absolutely gorgeous. But now getting back to the Arcee there, and getting off my rant and soapbox and get you guys on your way. Arcee is an excellent pickup. I highly recommend, and if you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, ring that bell to get those notifications when new content's coming. I've got almost 50 videos at this point, coming up on 50. I got something special coming up, and tell a little story, and hopefully have another channel spin-off. I've did a pet video earlier today. Check that out if you got pets, and definitely help out my friend Christy. Thanks again for your time and patience. Have an excellent night. I hope you enjoyed this review.